The best way you can support me is with a simple subscribe. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Alright, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV, I'm going to be honest. Some stories I just don't want to believe. Others I usually just don't want no part of. But I know I got a job for my subscribers to make sure I deliver them the content. So this is where this story kind of falls in between not wanting to do and you just don't believe when you kind of get to know a person on face value, right? So let's give a little backstory to what's going on. A couple months ago, Boosie came out and accused the bank, I believe Capital One, of stealing a lot of money from him, over $360,000. All right? Boosie was like, bruh, this bank's stealing money from me. How do I get my money back? I haven't taken out that $360,000. A lot of people believe Boosie. A lot of people didn't. I kind of fell in between. Boosie seems like a pretty stand-up guy. You had people coming out and saying, man, Boosie might have just bought another chain. He got so much jewelry. Maybe he just forgot he took that $360,000 out. He just maybe forgot. Or, maybe, taxes, whatever it could be. Just the money got lost in the sauce. Maybe some misplacement of some paperwork or something like that. Somebody didn't do their due diligence on the team. But surely nobody close to him would steal it. And surely a bank wouldn't try to rob Boosie. We've seen crazier things. Maybe they could, maybe they would, but it just all seemed unlikely that the bank would just be snagging money out of him just like that. And he could tell that's a lot of money to be taken. If you were going to take some money, you'd think it wouldn't be such a substantial amount. Anyways, we found out yesterday that the bank has finished their investigation and they didn't take money from Boosie like they maintained the whole time. It wasn't them. They've said that Boosie's brother, TQ, Takari Hatch, anybody who knows Boosie knows this is his right-hand man, is of course his manager, and then also again his brother, on the road with him everywhere he goes. I've talked to TQ on the phone 4 or 5 times. Seems like a really good brother. That's why this is so hard to believe. And TQ deserves to be considered innocent until proven otherwise, right? Or this, who knows what that real is with this story. But the investigation, they're saying TQ was going in and he had made over a dozen wire transfers to different people who could then flip-flop that for cash, so you couldn't tell pretty much how much money he had on him in his bank accounts. And then the cops are even saying that at one time TQ sent over $80,000 in one transfer. Cops even are saying that TQ posed as Boosie. Again, the first thing that went through my mind is not that TQ was stealing money, was that maybe that was something him and Boosie were doing together to kind of, if Boosie didn't want to get out the house, it's probably a spectacle every time he leaves the house. Maybe he was sick. We know Boosie had been going through with health problems over the last few months, over the last couple years since he's been home. Maybe TQ was just going as Boosie to get some money. We've seen other things. We've seen people go get money for other people, right? Boosie's the celebrity. Maybe he just didn't want to leave the house. But Boosie's not saying that that's the case, all right? So TQ came out and he recorded a video saying pretty much, look, bro, I know I'm innocent and that's all I have in this social media world with the memes and everything. He's like, I know I'm innocent. And Boosie has now come out with a statement. He said, I don't have too much to say about the situation, but trust nobody. Money is the ruler of all evil. This is some fucked up shit, but you learn from your mistakes. Hopefully, since the arrest has been made and TQ has been arrested, I can finally get my money and move forward. He and his family are no longer part of our family at all. This is just some fucked up shit. I appreciate all those who put me in their prayers when they found out what happened to my money. Thanks. Shaking my head, trust nobody. And I'm a different type, and people who know me know that I don't forgive or forget. That was my kids' money. You never want to hear somebody say that money was for his kids. I think Boosie will be fine. I think he has enough change that he could, if things really hit the fan, he could probably sell a couple of those, bust them down, and he could get some bread to take care of that $360,000 if things really hit the fan. And Boosie's still out here doing shows as well. All right, what do I think about this? You never want to hear a story like this. Again, I told you I've talked to TQ on the phone 4 or 5 times. He's worked diligently to try to set up this Boosie interview that I have been trying to surprise you guys with. Obviously, that's not at the forefront of his mindset right now. So I've got to find another source in Boosie's camp, if there even is one. You talk about Boosie, man. Look, bro, I'm going to be honest. It's time somebody buy the rights to that Boosie biopic. It is time. I know a lot of times the rappers don't want to be in their life, in their prime of their career when their biopic is made. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. Boosie might need to think about selling the rights to his life now. He got a nice 2-hour biopic right now. From going to jail, from being convicted of murder, it looked like, and then from getting out. And of course, him and Webby coming up. And Webby's story as well could be a little piece to this puzzle. And you talking about Boosie coming home, facing health issues. I mean, come on now. The brother has been through a significant amount of good, and it looks like a significant amount of bad. And you hate this for Boosie if it's true. I mean, come on. How can the brother trust anybody if somebody that he's probably let keep his money? Boosie's been popping for a long time, so somebody who's been around his money for a long time, and this is his brother, his real brother. If that's when you trust that with it, how could you trust anybody? And again, we hope this is not the case. We hope that maybe this is a misunderstanding. But when you see Boosie talk about how he and his family are no longer part of our family, that tells you that there's a family turmoil going on, and you just hate to hear that. And TQ's a stand-up guy from what I've ever seen, man. So you really hate to hear stories like this. But Boosie needs to sell that biopic right now. He needs to sell the rights to his life right now, because that biopic is going to be incredible. What do you think about this situation? I heard this topic on the Breakfast Club, and I'm going to bring it to my subscribers. I think it's a pretty good conversation. So we'll have it in my comment section below. Should Boosie be trying to send TQ to jail, his brother to jail, over this situation? And if somebody took $350,000 from you, or even dumb it down a little bit, let's say $20,000, $30,000, because we ain't getting money like that. If somebody took this type of bread from you, would you be wanting to send them to jail? How would you respond? Would you just knock them out and keep your distance, or would you be really trying to throw the hammer at them and get them locked up? We obviously know Boosie has a type of way he feels about the legal system. He was in the middle of it. So I don't know if Boosie will be trying to press the issue to really get him locked up for some time. I told you TQ got arrested, but obviously he's out now. Talk to me in the comment box below. Very crazy situation. It looks like Boosie has reportedly found out who stole his money all along, and it wasn't Capital One Bank. He's claiming, and they're claiming, that it was his brother TQ. Subscribe to my channel for more exclusive content. Thank y'all so much for the time and support. Don't take it for granted. Salute. Man.
I want to salute you, homie, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on itsmrtaliaferro.com, shawty. Yeah!